What's up, y'all? It's your boy Focus Chris here, and I'm coming to you today to start a new series called the Trainer Education Series. So in this series, I basically want to teach young trainers how to start their business, how to build, how to scale, how to, get clients, how to keep clients, how to structure things so they're always seeing results, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start this first episode on how to get your first 5 clients. One thing I'll start with, training is a process, right? Developing your clientele, developing your online presence, developing your audience is all a process. So if you're in this for like quick money or, quick satisfaction, quick gratification, you may want to find something else where you can get it a little faster. This may not be the field for you, but if you're passionate about it, if you truly have a love for helping people, helping them grow, helping them progress and achieve their goals, then this is for you. But you got to understand it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a lot of effort. The more effort you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So let me talk to y'all about how to get your first 5 clients, right? First things you want to do is you want to start marketing yourself on social media, showing people that you're available and you're taking clients. So whatever that may look like you posting stories. You may be posting reels daily, showing, if you have a client already, that's great because you get to show a little bit about what you do. And you want to market this to the best of your ability. Now, when you first start off, you got to get comfortable with the idea that you're not going to charge an arm and a leg. You may even do a free session here and there for the first few. You know what I mean? Because at least that gets them through the door. Now, when they see the value in what you're doing, now they're going to keep coming back. You know what I mean? So they're not going to have a problem paying you once they see the value. I'm not telling you to just go and make everything free for everyone, but early on when you're first starting, you may have to do that. You may have to throw in a free session or a trial session for the first 1 or 2 or 3 people that come through, just so they can get a taste of it. You may even want to do that for the first 5, just so they can get a taste of it. But you use your discretion when it comes to those things. But first and foremost, when someone books with you, whether they pay for it or not, first thing you want to do is have them take a beginning picture. So beginning pictures, you want a front picture, you want a lateral view, usually with arms up so that you can see, any rows on the side, or that you can see the side profile better. You want a back view, arms up, right? You want to have all of those views, because one thing with people, they're always going to say like people are going to tell them, oh, you look smaller and stuff. They're going to be like, I don't see it though. I don't really see it. So the first thing you want to do, take pictures. Now, don't make this something that's like negotiable. Make this mandatory. Even if you got to take the pictures for them, make sure that this happens. This is how they're going to see results the fastest, right? Their body is physically going to change before the scale changes sometimes. And this is how you can kind of see if what you're doing is working. Maybe you need to adjust certain things. Maybe you have to, change your exercises. Maybe you got to make sure their form is a little better. Maybe you got to up the intensity so they could, really get something out of it. Some people have been in the gym already, so maybe they need a little more intense, a little more weight, whatever the case might be. Take pictures, right? This is something like, even with myself early on, I constantly forget to tell people to take pictures. Even sometimes now I may forget, but I'm telling you, this is what's going to get them results, and this is what's going to be able to help you market, right? Once you get on social media, it's great to post content about educational stuff. It's great to post content about the type of person you are, because that allows people to kind of like you and get a vibe of who you are before they even try to train with you, but what people want the most is results. So now, if you're able to have a side-by-side before and after from their first day, before they even really started, to now 3 months in, because you kept them consistent, and they see that side-by-side profile, and they see, their obliques are getting smaller, or they lost the back roll, or their stomach is tighter, their chest is smaller, everything is smaller, that's what's going to get you the next few clients in, right? So taking pictures is vital. Step 2, you got to throw incentives out there for people to kind of bring you more people, right? You want your first few clients to bring you referrals. So let's write that down. Step 2, referrals. So one thing that I started with, and one thing that I like to do, I like to tell new people, hey, I'll throw a free session in there for you if you get any one of your friends to come in and sign up for monthly training, right? It doesn't matter which package they choose. Once they sign up for monthly training, you get a free session. Now, this kind of boosts their morale. This kind of gives them the incentive to actually tell their friends about you. And now, if they're seeing results too, they were already talking about you already. But now that you're throwing in something free for them, you're throwing in another session, you know, because at the end of the day, they're paying for this and they want to keep doing it. It's monthly. It may be expensive. You never know how their pockets really are. So you throw in a free session for them, you know, you can use your discretion if you want to throw in 2, whatever, right? But you throw in a free session for them, they're going to refer you to people. Now, you went from 2 clients, your first 2 clients that are now seeing results 2-3 months in and are bringing you 2 or 3 more people, right? Those 2 clients could have brought you in 2 more clients each. Now you're already up to 4 or 6 clients if my math is correct, right? So referrals are huge. Can't stress that enough. You want people to refer you. You want people to refer you. You want people to refer you. Now, taking pictures, referrals. Now let's get into that content. All right? Content is what will help people to know who you are. You know, even me making this video, I've been making content for years now. I'll say I've been really consistent for maybe a year, and I've been ultra consistent, posting every single day for maybe a few months, 5-6 months. You know, it's been a process. I used to look at content as a chore. It's like something I have to do. I'm not looking forward to it. Man, this is hard. I used to ask my girlfriend for help. You know, she used to help me with a lot of stuff. Now it's like I get to wake up every day with an opportunity to build a project. You know, even if that project is 6 seconds long and 500 people viewed it, it's still a part of my process, a part of my growth, and a part of how I really help people and help them get results. You know what I mean? So content is everything. Mind you, we're doing all of this without paying for any ads. You don't have to jump into content and start paying for ads. I really wouldn't recommend paying for ads until you have such a consistent flow of things, and a structure that really makes sense. So now you know what ads to pay for. You shouldn't just be boosting a reel just to boost a reel. I wasted so much money boosting reels that it did nothing for me, right? But as you get more consistent, as you learn how social media and different platforms really work, you'll have an understanding of what you should be boosting, how to target your audience, right? So content is everything. Like I said before, I recommend making content that will, 1, educate your desired audience, educate the people in your niche. Now, once you figure out who your niche is, that's who you want to make content for, right? Something educational, something they can learn from. You want them to click on your page and get some value from it without even having to train with you, without having to DM you. You want them to feel like they got some value already, right? Number 2, you want to post a little bit about yourself. You know, I know some people like to keep you know, the business side and the personal side separate, but I'll tell you this. Once I stopped using 2 social medias and I started, you know, using one and really just, you know, putting all of me on there, my educational knowledge, my you know, my energy, who I really am. You know, I post stuff about my life, my lifestyle. I post things about God and my faith. I post things about, you know, just the day-to-day. And it allows people to get a feel of who I am. You know, certain people aren't just looking to train with anybody anymore. We're in a world now, we're in an era now where there are specific people for your specific desires. So if you're a 40-year-old lady that's busy and you're a mom, you know, there's trainers specifically out there for 40-year-old busy moms. You know what I mean? So you have to get real specific and you want your content to reflect that. So you're posting educational content that shows about you, who you are, and it gets people to, like you in the process. And 3, you want to pay attention to what other people in your niche are posting. The videos that are successful, the videos that have hundreds of thousands of views, and the videos that make sense to you, something that you could see yourself posting, right? So I'm not telling you to go watch that video, take the whole video, and remake the same exact video. That's not what I'm telling you to do, right? That is called plagiarism, and some people may be offended by it. Some people are gonna call you out on it. What you wanna do is use that video as a template, right? Use it as a template. See how you can take it and make it your own. Figure out how you can take this video and really reflect your personality and what you're trying to do and who you're trying to reach. And I'm telling you, if you can stay consistent with these 3 forms of content every single day, not saying you have to post each one every day, but this is your blueprint. These 3 types of content are your blueprint. So you come and you post these types of content every single day, you're going to reach the people that are for you, the people that need someone like you in their life. You know what I mean? So mind you, we now have the 3 keys that you need to do to start building your clientele. From these pictures and the first 2 months or so, these pictures and these referrals are going to bring you more clients. Now, in the process, as you're posting content and more people are learning who you are, there is no way that someone doesn't reach out to figure out more about what you do and figure out more about your business, right? So make sure, lastly, I'll leave you with one more thing. Make sure you have an efficient way for them to be able to get in contact with you. For some people like myself, that's a submission form, right? So people go on my page, they see my submission form, they fill out my submission form. DM works also depending on the platform you use. Instagram DM works. You can put in a call to action in a lot of your content. DM blank for more training info. DM blank accepting new clients. Different things like that. These 4 steps will definitely bring you your first 5 clients, if not more. So this concludes episode 1 of my trainer education series. I'll be posting weekly videos educating you guys on how to build your clientele, how to build your presence, whether it's in person or online, and how to just, not only get clients, but keep clients. So follow Focus Chris on YouTube if you want to see more content like this. Also follow me on Instagram at TheFocusChris, TikTok at TheFocusChris. I post educational, motivational, and content to just get you going and get you in the gym and help you to see results. So let's keep going. Love.